Welcome back, adventurers. Yeah, this is my character in Elder Scrolls Online, Gunnar Witch, level 959 Imperial Nightblade with the Ebonheart Pack. Currently adventuring on High Isle. I had a bunch of other characters, but really I just kind of only have the time to play the one, so we play him. I don't think I've actually brought you guys into the Elder Scrolls too much. It's kind of a... you know how you have those friends that you're totally cool with hanging out at their house? You'll go to the park with them, you'll go to a restaurant with them, or a game, or whatever. But it's like, they're okay with coming over to your place, but they have never seen your hobby space, or your workroom, or your man cave, or whatever. It's like, this is kind of like not that. Gotcha. Anyway, so what are we doing at the present time? We are meeting Lady Arabella at the Mistmouth Cave. Let's find out where that is. Way the fuck up here. For fuck's sake. A couple of furries hanging out here. Oh. I guess. So I'm running Alcast's powerful solo stamina Nightblade build. It's okay. Typically I run dual wielding with a bow, and I play a lot of the shock and awe kind of features of the Nightblade. I go heavy into the stealth. This is more meant for clearing content. I imagine it's... I am off track. No, okay, here we go. Ooh, cool. We're gonna do all this stuff. So yeah, my one and only follower, companion, Marielle Edis, Dark Elf, that I got from the last expansion. There's a new set that's out for High Isle. My intent is to... I'm gonna avoid those things because I want to get this quest done. A little bit about the followers. They each have quirks and qualities. I can write that down. Quirks and qualities. I'm building my own actual tabletop adventure game. I don't really like calling them role-playing games. It's because I role-play everything I do. So, I mean, even in chess, I'll RPG the playing pieces if my company will allow it. Quirks and qualities. And so I'm trying to find alliterative words to completely confuse the fuck out of brand new players trying to learn the game. No, I'm teasing. Actually, yeah, those are ones I'm not going to use because they sound great while you're talking about shit like this, but in a context of a rule book or a sheet, because I plan to make this no more than about 3 to 5 pages worth of rules. It's going to be what they call a rules light game, a rules light RPG. It's going to be playable more like a... I want to try and go for more of a theater of mind, completely fluid and open dynamic mechanics. In other words, every character has only 2 mandatory stats, and they both start at 0. And one measures your spiritual, mental, emotional health, and the other one measures your physical health. It's a mechanic that's been used way long ago. Not many other games use it anymore, and I think it's because it has the tendency to be very, very unrealistic, and that's one of the things I want to put forward in my game design, is that this is an abstract, an interpretation of reality, is not a simulation. I am not trying to bind everybody to the rigid rules of physics. There are things that are going to be familiar, like, if you drop a stone on a person's head, it can do damage. If you fall off of a high place, you can take damage. So things like that are going to be pretty consistent. But when I'm talking about, the laws of magic and technology are going to be very, very interpretive, very open. It's going to be a narrative-driven game. So like I said, even though it's not going to be presented as an RPG, or as an tabletop adventure game, it's going to be more of a... And even then, calling it a tabletop adventure game is going to be kind of stretching the context, because the whole intent of this game is something you can play anywhere at any time. You can grab a friend and play on break, and you might just all you need is something to determine
Nice hole.
The 4 levels of success or failure that you might encounter when you're doing something other than what is a sure thing, and maybe like an index card or something that kind of like take notes of what your character's current stats and traits are, and how they apply. And then if you're one of those total brain heads that can remember everything, and you're working like that, then that's great. The other thing I want to be able to do with this system is the reason why I want to make
wrong
it
with
so
a little opportunistic
light,
harvesting.
portable, is because let's say you're standing in a queue and you're waiting for shit to happen and it's taking forever. You can just go on a little imaginary trip in your head, imagining a story. And while you can do that with just about anything without any necessary setup of rules, what you do in this waiting space can apply to the actual tabletop game. And that's kind of like I said, general idea. So it's like basically it's an argument that I think either Gygax put forward or Moldvay put forward. This is why do we have rules in a role-playing game? Because when you brought up an old school kid playground kind of game called cowboys, or gunslingers. I'm going to say that term because the original term is basically inappropriate anymore. Now we're trying to evolve our sensibilities. So just say in a game of gunslinger, you have two gunslingers facing off, and one of them they both draw at the same time, and both say bang at the same time, and the one person yells, "You're dead," and the other person says, "No, I'm not. I shot first." And I says, "No, I shot first. I said bang first." And there's no one there to arbitrate, who shot first. Then you have the rules, the mechanics. In the tabletop version of this, or in the adventure game version of this, each player would roll a die or a set of dice, and then they would compare their results, and whoever got the better roll is the one who got the shot. And if they did tie still, then they both got shot. And so, like I said, that's why you have the mechanics in place. And in a adventure game scenario, pen and paper, or theater of the mind adventure game scenario, the rules are a bit more flexible. You can change things up and modify them based on the setting you're trying to run, or the game or the scenario you're trying to run. So, for instance, like I said, mine's going to start off in a low-tech fantasy adventure type environment, very similar to the Conan stories and things like that. So it's going to be like really sword and sorcery, sandal and shield kind of scenarios. Wow, that's a lot of alliteration. Check it out, this weird dance. The dead don't want to just kill you; they want you to be their friend forever and ever. I never feel like I'm grinding endlessly here. Sit down. So yeah, I come to Elder Scrolls Online whenever I feel like I want to play it, I want to do something, but I don't necessarily want to
keep your guard up until you've got your footing.
Harassed and harried by you. There we go. Done? Why am I still under what the hell? Still under a fear. Oh god, I hate that. There's some of the mechanics in this game that I'm like, this is ridiculous. You don't need this shit.
Can never have enough.
So
of
yeah,
that.
Elder Scrolls, as opposed to Destiny, is not a power fantasy. Yeah, you are so-called the protagonist. Not necessarily the Dragonborn, but you are the hero of Cyrodiil and all that kind of stuff. You're an adventurer. And I think it's great because this game has been able to...
keep you out of Emunara's fire until she gets...
I'd swallow her. Traveler, may I ask a favor?
Let's find out.
I have honorably guarded Lady Garrick's trials for more lifetimes than I can recall. And this necromancer thinks she can cow me? I'll have none of it! Apologies. Thank you for stopping. Would you kindly douse that censer and unbind me? I am the steward of Garrick's Rest. I am bound to this place until someone completes the Trials of Worth. 3 tests that measure the qualities a knight needs to bear Lady Garrick's sacred shield.
Ooh, fun.
Unless you're a schemer like Emanara. To take the sacred shield without daring the Trials of Worth. But only one who passes the trials learns the words that dismiss the wards guarding the shield. If you can win the shield before the necromancer steals it, I will reward you.
Double prizes. Sure, why
Perhaps you are the very soul I've waited for all these years. Someone worthy enough to earn Lady Garrick's most treasured possession. Please, pick up the censer and extinguish it. I suspect that should end the necromancer's binding. Yes, I'm certain you do. Only an incurious fool wouldn't seek to know more. But it may surprise you to learn that I find being bound like this deeply unpleasant. Please, collect and extinguish the censer. I will answer every question once I'm...
Sure.
Now I'll gladly answer your questions. Already you show more virtuous character than Emanara ever will. Your compassion will go remembered. Now, enter Garrick's Rest to begin the Trials of Worth. Pass with honor, but move quickly. I cannot... As I said, 3 trials await you. Perseverance, wits, and constitution. They each test a virtue that Lady Garrick sought in those she sailed with. I will meet you before each one to explain your goal and offer guidance. After that, it's up to you.
Those sound like 3 basic stats to run a game off of. Yeah, like I said, you know, it's an RPG.
Correct. Magical wards surround the shield. After honorably completing each trial, you'll learn a phrase that dispels this protection. Emanara wanted me to tell her this phrase, but I refused. I worry about her plans to get around the wards.
Whether they're familiar with the ESO game or not, it's a great resource. And like I said, a lot of times I do come to video gaming because it's a low friction experience typically. That is, I guess if I was born about 300 years earlier, I'd probably be taking long walks in the woods, staring at trees and rocks, and getting my inspirations for Sylvan Elves. Ode to the Professor. In any case, why did Lady Garrick create the Trials of Worth?
They began as a way to weed out those who would serve her poorly. Many aspired to sail with the great Lady Jocelyn Garrick, but she'd only accept the best. If an applicant passed each challenge while maintaining their honor, she welcomed them aboard.
Not a really good judge of character then, apparently, because you need a test to see if anybody's worth it. I guess.
Before her last voyage, Lady Garrick asked me to find a new bearer for her shield if she did not return. I swore an oath to find someone worthy. That oath holds me here to this day. Only when the shield is fairly won can I rest. Lady Garrick called it her sacred shield. She claimed that a saint of Archay blessed it with his blood. While she held it, no injury could befall her. I have no reason to doubt this belief. Only when she left it behind did she die in battle. I have thought on that question for ages. At the time, my place was not to question her judgment. I keep reflecting on what she told me. If I don't return, may this preserve my memory. Perhaps she knew the voyage was doomed, no matter what. She declined to tell me. To be honest, I chose not to ask. I knew from the moment I saw Eminara that she wasn't honorable enough to deserve the shield. Strange, though. A shield blessed by the power of Arche should repel a necromancer.
Okay, well, I typically don't backtrack, and I said I wasn't going to pick up any side quests, but this was kind of like, you know what? I can't turn down a spirit. If a future dungeon master ever sees this, wants to know how they're going to hook my player into a quest, and keep me on the plot, just throw a few ghosts in my way. You have to be... Okay. These are all very low level enemies, by the way. Hopefully this won't take too long. This one's only going to be about 30 minutes, the total video, that is.
Hurry now. Find a way to the shield hall. Who are you? Another mercenary? Another mercenary? Running a bit late, aren't you? This one has all the help she needs. They will already cost more than she budgeted for. You do appear quite exceptional, though. Perhaps Emunara could swap out one of the others for you. Ugh, by all the stars. Why must that ghost make this difficult? Emunara didn't even know he'd be here. Who sticks around after they die to give people tests? This one sympathizes. But when Amunara leaves, the shield goes with her. Amunara supposes that's fair to tell you. There's a story about Lady Garrick's famous shield. Arche himself anointed it with his blood, allegedly. An ambitious young necromancer could use such an artifact. Draw out its power to become stronger. Who knows what dangers lurk in this old ruin? And Amunara refuses to deal with this trial nonsense. The mercenaries will help me break through into the shield hall. Look, be reasonable. Move on and no one will know. Now this one. It's quite exciting. Legends say Lady Garrick...
Ignore her poisonous words. Stay true to your honor.
This one's binding failed? I worked hard to make that.
Words from a hateful creature such as her can only poison your heart. Even attacking someone so lowly would bring dishonor. You must continue on to the trials of worth without fail. Let none break your stride.
You hear that, Miri? Keep
Say
up.
goodbye to the shield, Ghost Knight.
Welcome to your first test. The trial of perseverance. Best the foe. A person of honor demonstrates that they will overcome any obstacle with tenacity. The trial of perseverance challenges you with unending foes who will attack ceaselessly until you escape. Or, it did until Eminara's lackeys wrecked the trial. Typically, I've stocked the room with so many creatures that a challenger must wade through them like mud. As those brutes came through, they had enough people to easily thin the swarm. But no matter. You weren't involved, so it's no harm to your honor. 2 rooms with locked exits. Each room swarms with hideous creatures ready to destroy you. Fight through the hordes, then pull the levers to unlock the doors. Only then may you escape.
Ah, cool. I like it. Okay. We're on it. Come on. Come to the center and die. Thank you. Alright. Got more coming in. Nope. Now there's a mechanic in the game that while you're in combat you cannot interact with anything else. Unless the game's environment is suggesting that you do so. So as long as I was in combat, I wouldn't be able to pull that lever.
This one doesn't care if the ghost knight frightened you. Find a path to the shield hall.
We're gonna kill these mercenaries. Why? Because I hate them. I don't hate anybody. I just don't find them to be very honest. And they were fucking up the trials, and I really wanted to fight these things. Whoa, that was fast.
Is that the last of them? Get back.
The second exit is unlocked. Exit to complete the trial. You've shown great endurance, Challenger. Well done. To learn the phrase needed to win, after each trial, I'll present you with a tablet. Every tablet has words of honor from Lady Jocelyn Garrick herself. Remember these words. They will form the passphrase needed to open the wards that protect the sacred shield.
Okay. Skill. Alright. Probably don't need to write it down, but hey, old school habits. So we're gonna write it down. Let's see what's in here. Anything. Always read a book. Always read the bookshelves. You never know, you might find something you haven't had before.
Lady Garrick rose from a low-born child to become a highly respected captain in the All-Flags Navy. She knew the value of pushing past any obstacle, even when you believe all is lost. You demonstrate this same tenacity. I am impressed. Next, you will encounter the Trial of Wits. Sailors must know how to think on their feet. No one writes a manual for everything you encounter on the high seas. Now, move quickly. Emanara continues her destruction of the fortress to bypass the wards. Continue south out of this room and through the caves. You will find the Trial of Wits just beyond. Or, you can take the shortcut through the east wall, if heights don't scare you.
Well, now that's interesting.
Yes, I have watched them tearing down walls across the fortress. She was not exaggerating about her plans to gain the shield. The only way to honorably defeat her is to pass the trials of worth. So hurry. Our time slips away.
Alright, so... wits? Or courage?
Never
This
used
was
to
Conan,
fight
I'd be
this much.
swimming in Icar
Till I
right
met
now,
you.
which is a resource I do need to pick up more of. And Gossamer, which would be spider threads. Oh, bro, they're dead. I forgot about that. Biologically active spiders. Okay, we'll go this way.
run away. Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that.
I am the light at the end of the tunnel through which you run away from all fear. Okay. Checking hallways. Alright, let's double back. Zombie. Always fucking zombies. So fucking stupid.
Why are these corridors so damn confusing?
The trial of wits begins here. Observe the 4 tablets around the room. In the proper order, they will light your path.
As expected, pirates calling themselves the Scourge of the South found us rather quickly and boarded our ship. They did not matter. The pirates destroyed our sails and we could not repair them. We floated, stranded at sea. All our food and water by now. Alright, so between the pirates finding them, there was a debate. Oh. Day 5. Headed west when we spotted a ship on the horizon. Suddenly tentacles emerged from below and crushed the vessel into splinters. The captain ordered us to change course right into the pirate infested waters. Okay, so this is the first one. This is day 5. Day 7. Wait, I missed something here.
Every part of the story points in a direction, but only the proper order of events provides illumination. A wise sailor learned a strong first step.
Nope. Really?
Impressive.
There we go.
Next tablet waits
Me and my
beyond the
dyslexia.
northern door.
Yay! Always trust your instincts.
Read the tablet to learn the next part of the passphrase.
Understanding. Oh, skill. Understanding. Now, see, if this was an Ironsworn Delve adventure.
What sorcery comes now?
Oh shit, they pulled him forward.
Lower the wards, Ghost Knight.
She changed. It's a matter of honor! I have not felt pain in so long. How cruel a villain who causes suffering in an innocent spirit. Before, I was defending Lady Garrick's honor. Now, mine is at stake. Since you passed the trial of wits, you may proceed. With one alteration. I previously refrained from asking you to attack Emanara. It seemed that defeating her by the trials of worth was the more honorable path.
Whoa.
But she's bound me, torn at my home, and now Spectre. I shall refrain no longer.
She wants her. He wants her
Yes,
dead.
but not in some plain manner. We can use Eminara's own sensor to bind her. As you carried it, the device will have reattuned for living energies. Next time we meet her, light the incense, then toss it at her. It will bind her as she trapped me. In her recklessness, Eminara buried the door to the third trial under rubble. But I know a hidden route. First, you'll need the key. I can mark on your map where to find it in the library. We'll reconvene there, after I've pulled myself together. She grasped my soul as though I were still a man of flesh, but lifted me like a child. As you saw, Eminara's patience has run out. I underestimated her. Raised the whole fortress for the shield. The quicker you pass the final trial, the better. During centuries of death, one finds many opportunities for study. You'll see how large the library of Garrick's Rest is. I grew curious about my nature, and did some reading.
That's awesome.
Turns out that spiritual energy manipulation is fairly simple. I won't claim to be a full-fledged necromancer, but Eminara's device looks fairly standard issue to me. The incense is energy receptive. It passively attunes to dominant existential energy nearby. Once triggered, the trap seeks similar energy.
Shit, you can trap a daisy then. Alright, that's a loop. We are headed here. I'm gonna go, let's see. I'm gonna be left, right, straight, down, left. Okay. Ooh, don't pass the bookshelf. Oh my lords. This is pretty yeah. This is awesome. Can we read all these? Wow. The only problem is that, dude, seriously? Each one is a different book, too. I don't know why. Q. I was hoping to get a new one. Ah, did. I discovered a new lore book. I can read all these at my leisure with other times. And boogie boogies. Oh, okay. Time to go.
Beck, I hope you're watching.
Shit. Shouldn't have been a problem. Yep. Not that way. Nope. You know what? Let's level beyond. PvP. Anybody? Yeah, he was getting ready to summon an extra. Grab it. Oh, found another lore book. Nice. Come on. You actually do get experience points, by the way, by reading these books. Not as much as when you're first starting out, but it's actually pretty good. And it takes no time at all, as you can see. There's so much to go through here. I can remember I spent one day, I don't remember where town I was in.
It's been a very long time since I've been here. We hid the key under one of the rugs. Hopefully, it's still there. Found it? Excellent. The secret passage is on the top level of the gardens. I'll meet you there.
Cool. Odds are that I will find at least another lore book. Yep, there's another one. Cool. Another.
This trial since I walked among the living.
Shit. If this was Destiny, I'd be like scared. But then again, if this was Destiny, you wouldn't have all this cool dialogue going on. Here we are. Okay, now I'm confused. Ah, here we go.
Ah, here is the secret passage. Enter, Challenger. I'll see you at the third trial. Careful in there. As you can likely deduce, I haven't used the passage in centuries. It probably has more than a few inhabitants that won't offer a warm welcome. The trial of Constitution.
It's a loop. Well. Okay. Shouldn't be too bad. I have a sense that there's somebody ahead of me. The big thing about ESO is that it is a shared world, and in regards to other players coming through the same areas that you will be going through, there's very few instances that are isolated.
You found your
like
way.
A lost sector.
Good. Normally, I would not have allowed a challenger to use secret passageways. But Emanara's minions changed the nature of this trial. It is no longer as Lady Garrick designed. So, are you prepared for the next trial?
Now, see, this is a perfect example of what a true social or interact or procedural or this is what an RPG is really about. You know, he technically is the dungeon master or the GM, and because things have been changed in the world around the player character, me, by other player characters, then, you know, there's allowances that need to be made, so you change things on the fly. You don't have to stick rigidly to a plot for the adventure you wrote, nor do you have to rigidly stick to the rules if it's not going to serve the narrative.
You come to the trial of Constitution. How much pain can you endure, Challenger? We shall soon find out.
As long as it
Find
stays
a way to
above
unlock
the
the
waist and
exit
below the shoulders,
without dying.
I'm okay.
None have passed this final room since before Lady Garrick sailed.
Yep.
Good luck, Challenger. I'm really hoping you'll pull through.
Okay. Oh, let's see. Pass the trial of Constitution. That means don't die. Giggle. Oh. So you need to find a spot.
Emunara doesn't need to solve some stupid puzzle to find the shield, Challenger.
Curses! The door is now unlocked. The question is, can you make it there?
Off with you,
with it.
Swit!
We are going to... Okay, I see. stuck in your own trap? Yep. Roll dodge, roll dodge. It actually helps you move faster, believe it or not. Good enough. That wasn't that bad. If I was a lower level character, chances are, yeah. That would have probably been...
Well done! You actually made it through. The last tablet awaits you. We'll talk after.
Okay.
Finally, at long last, someone has accomplished Lady Garrick's third test.
I have to go check something.
She was not a brutal woman, but she did not suffer the weak. It was this attitude that let her ascend so quickly. Now, I have met her equal. Correct. Since you passed all the trials, you learned the passphrase that will let you walk where none have walked for centuries. Just keep following these corridors until you reach the Shield Hall. I'll await you there. I am certain we'll encounter Emanara at the Shield Hall. Be prepared to use the sensor. It should have attuned itself to your unique energy by now.
I forgot about the sensor already.
You'll likely only have one chance. Let's make it count. A magnificent knight. An incredible sailor. She was unrelenting, intelligent, and kind. Serving under her in the Order of the Sacred Shield, even for a millennium, would be an unsatisfying amount of time.
There's a testimony to job satisfaction.
Attack! Emunara commends.
I don't want to hurt you, but now I'm going to.
Hey, hey, hey. No. One of the other great things about this game is that nothing you actually ever pick up is trash. You can deconstruct different materials. You can throw it in the guild store to sell to somebody who might deconstruct it for inspiration or for materials themselves.
She's distracted. Now's your chance. Use the sensor!
What? How?
How does it feel, Necromancer? You and your dishonorable ways came close, but not close enough. Challenger, it's time for you to prove your worth. Are you ready?
Release Emunara! This one must happen!
Although the Necromancer has proven herself unworthy, I cannot yet allow you to pass. One more test of worth awaits you. A surprise, to ensure you remember your lessons here. Are you ready for the test of virtue? You need to recall the virtues you learned from the tablets after each trial of worth to answer each question, starting with this one. Faced with overwhelming odds, what must the bearer of the shield demonstrate? Correct. Next question. What keeps the bearer of the shield stable and informs their choices? Correct. Final question. Through what quality will the bearer of the shield reach the pinnacle of their potential and ability. With that final and correct answer, I will dispel the wards and grant you access to the sacred shield. Congratulations, champion.
You will regret it. This one swears it.
Claim what is yours, champion. The shield has a new bearer. My oath is fulfilled. I'm finally free. Thank you, champion. You did as you said you would, and claimed the shield before that necromancer stole it from its resting place. My duty is fulfilled, and I can finally rest. Indeed, champion. I confess that I was beginning to fear I'd be trapped amid these crumbling ruins forever. This day, I finally follow Lady Garrick on the greatest voyage of all. Thank you again. May you bear the sacred shield with honor.
That's cool. So I get Cynric's heavy shield and Lady Garrick's sacred shield, which is, I guess, ornamental. Looks like it might be a furniture piece.
Good fortune, wherever your adventures take you. I'm sure that censor won't hold her forever. Once she's free, she'll likely be quite angry. I suggest you leave this place before that happens, champion.
Cool, champion point. I need those. Nice. Now, if I was the dungeon master of this campaign, of this adventure setting for this character, I would definitely have Aminara show up later on in a later adventure. Not necessarily of designed to be her focus, but she would show up as a foil, constantly pursuing the champion here to take back that shield, or to take the shield, I should say. She never actually owned it. So that would be something you can do later on. And believe it or not, in Elder Scrolls Online, the game actually does do that sometimes.
Pick up the
There are
pace,
certain
Squire.
binary
We
choices
must
you
hasten
can
to
make.
our next adventure. Where do your scribbles lead?
Oh no.
Scribbles? I had to draw that map because you left the road to chase a fictional dragon. It's not my fault we're lost.
That's terrible.
What's this? Are you distracted by my glory? Do you not recognize the hero standing in front of you?
Oh jeez, I found
My
a Destiny
deeds
player.
may be humble, but my name lives on in song.
I'll be back.
Believe me. And now my squire and I are on our way to give the bards more to sing about. minor setback, I assure you. We were going to stop a horde of bandits and elevate our names. But then a traveling druid told me about a dragon, and I confess my excitement got the better of me. No matter. We'll find some great villainy soon. Does it matter? Evil must be defeated wherever it is found. Otherwise it festers like a festering thing. My squire would have a good metaphor. She's angry with me. She feels that I failed to collect rations for this journey. Rations? Who needs food when adventures lie ahead? Her skills are commendable, but she still has much to learn. Which is why she is the squire and I am the knight.
If you're looking to rob us, we only have crumbs. My Night Master was supposed to keep track of our supplies, but I think his vanity is rotting his brain. I just need to find him some sort of adventure so we can go back in triumph. He won't do anything to help people. We've let 3 villages suffer because their problems weren't grandiose enough. I'm half tempted to invent some great villain just so he'll find the motivation to fight. Pirates? Yes, he definitely believed that. Plus, I'm sure we will be able to spot some pirates along any coast these days. And having some merchants indebted to me, I mean us, wouldn't be a bad thing.
Ooh,
all right,
okay.
I can use this.
Indebted to me. I thought
Well,
squires
Squire?
were supposed
Do
to
you know
be
where we're going
like
now?
quartermasters also,
Lead
you know,
on.
managing
I'll
the
follow.
stores and supplies of their knight lords.
Nice hole.
Anyway, back onto the main quest. Oh, I think I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, let's check something here real quick. One of the cool things I like about this game is that there's not just random running around and shit. There's also some... You get mail. I forgot to check my inbox. These are all provisioners that you earn while you level up your crafting skills. Because there's actual live crafting in this game. Real crafting. It's a bit complicated, like everything else, but honestly, it's a far better system that I've come across with most. Conan Exiles has about the same kind of thing. You learn recipes, and then those recipes you can use to craft whatever, as opposed to, say, Minecraft, where you come into the game knowing all recipes. You just have to find the materials and craft an appropriate workstation to build it. Conan and ESO take it a step further because you have to hunt down those recipes. They can't be hard to hunt on their own. You can farm for them, or you could just buy them from another player with in-game currency, preferably in-game currency. So we're going to check the journals, we're going to check the antiquities, and we're going to see if there's anything here that we can scry for. This is like the coolest little mini-game. Oh, do I need a lead for this? I don't think do I have the... Oh, I could do this one. Alright, awesome. Let's do this. I'll show you guys real quick. So it's basically a little gem-style type game. What I'm using here is a... trying to connect everything together, but I still have to get to that one. Then we go to, oops. There we go. This might be more of a challenge for me. Look, I haven't actually had the chance to get to the gold ones yet. Okay. So I'm going to say this is probably the better choice. No, that's not going to work. There's no time limit either. This one will, actually, this is probably a better choice down here. Yes, this works. Alright, cool. Then I could use this one to go ahead and claim all that. There we go. We got it. But the fun doesn't stop there. Oh, it's on the other island. Okay, well, that is a segue. It's there. I have 26 days to find it. Ooh, almost died. Oh, this is kind of like Skyrim, which is mountain surfing. I like it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. There we go. Damn. Totally fun. Alright, we're going to check in with the lady. So, I'm not sure. I think this is the last chapter of this quest. Wow. Okay, here we go.
Feel how the ground shook. Look at Ifalon in the distance. I've never seen Mount Firesong so active.
That is pretty amazing. Okay.
I don't like the looks of that volcano. As if we didn't have enough trouble already. Could this be related to what Valencia and you discovered at the Druidic Circle? Could the Ascendant Magus really affect the volcano to such an extent? That's true. The ground rumbled when he summoned a storm at the castle. And the volcanic vents became active after he conjured the storm that wrecked the Alliance ships. There was no storm this time, though.
No. He's using the lava tubes to channel the mana, or magicka, under the island.
Absolutely nothing, dear. But Mount Firesong hasn't erupted in centuries. The druids maintain its slumber. Let's hope they can keep it calm until we stop the Magus from drawing
artificially
more
subdued
power.
volcano.
In the meantime, let's look inside Mistmouth Cave,
Or dormant.
shall we?
Yeah, or artificially dormant volcano. I think subdued is a better term. What are we looking for?
Anything that points us to the Order's upcoming meeting. If the Ascendant Magus sent out a summons, someone
that's more
here should know about it.
reconnaissance.
And keep watch for anything else of importance. You never know what clue will be the one to solve the mystery. Mount Firesong is the volcano that rises above the island of Ifalon. You can see it in the distance. It's always been restless, and its vents and hot springs stretch throughout the archipelago.
Yep.
I didn't think too much about the initial rumbles. The Stone Lord druids administer to the vents here on High Isle, but the Firesong Circle controls Ifalon.
You know,
Outsiders
isn't
aren't
there an
welcome
actual
there, and I've
RPG,
never
a
seen one
tabletop
of their
RPG
druids.
for this, or maybe
They
somebody's
say the
made one, I don't know.
Firesongs work to keep the volcano
Let's find out.
appeased.
Because this would be kind of kick-ass. I love the magic system in this game.
Head
It's not very
inside.
fancy.
I'm right behind you.
It's all based purely on resources. I mean, well, fancy and magic is based on resources, but it's very complicated. I do appreciate 5th edition's magic system, being that, oh, there's a sky shard. We're going to pick that up. Skill point. Cool. Typically when I get a new expansion in this game, I'll run through the main campaign, the main story thread. Might pick up a side quest or two if it's along the way. And then I'll run the map, and if I pick up all the rest of the way shrines, all the rest of the sky shards, and then start working my way area by area through the regional quests, unless, of course, it takes me someplace else. Which is an occurrence, but it's not very often. Okay. Just soak in the ambiance here. It's cool.
Volkesh? Be careful. They're drawn to volcanic activity.
What if we could sneak past him? Yep. I don't know about this guy. I just know fuck. Alright. don't want to really have to, but I'll make it quick. There's another reason why I wanted a
Dead
burst
Ascendant Order
damage type
Knights?
character
They
build
must have
because
fallen to the
I want to
lava
get through the
creatures.
fights faster. And thematically, it's more about the fact that my character is a lawful neutral character, so if he has to kill something, he wants to make sure it's quick, painless, and sends it on its way to Aetherius as fast as possible. Not to mention, mechanically, gets me through the adventures faster. But anyway, I segue.
A map of Castle Navarre. The Order attacked there already, but this map shows a river where there shouldn't be one.
They made one. Oh, here we go. First I'll summon my Spectre. Then...
Maybe I should have joined the buoyant Armigers.
This cave is crawling with Ascendant Order Knights and Volkesh. We should be careful.
Yeah, I know. If I wasn't traveling with my companion, because I'm trying to level her up, I could probably be... I could have used my Blade of Woe more than a few times. See, that's what I was saying. Most times I run a stealth build and alternate between Blade of Woe and a surprise attack, using invisibility, which is a native skill for the Nightblade. But Outcast's build is more about straight damagers style, so that's okay. I've gotten used to it. I'm not really all that happy with it, so I'm thinking about looking around for something else. Lore building. That's what I'm going to be doing after I'm done with this. I'm going to be cracking out the Ironsworn Delve book and building a new lore. Okay, remaining document is burned and illegible. Okay. That's
The
cool.
Magus must have come here to continue his experiments. He plans to use this power in their next attack. We need to determine the target.
Call me Captain Overkill. Alright, we're taking our time. But I do enjoy taking my time.
Another trip. Step carefully, dear.
Sorry, dude. Poison for the win. Fine, making a fight. I'm all for a dungeon crawl. Further than we have to go. Not that much farther. Very cool.
A summons to a council of the Ascendant Order. This is what... So let's review what we found. First, there was a map of Castle Navarre that showed a river that doesn't exist. At least, it's not on the surface. If it depicts an underground river, it could also indicate a hidden passage beneath the castle. Let me see that again. Yes. The Ascendant Magus thinks he can draw on the volcano to lend power to his spells. The next target they attack, he'll have more control over his ritual.
We also found a summons.
Below the sleeping knights? What could that mean? Statues or bodies? I suspect we're looking for catacombs again, like the ones we found beneath a Bane chapel. But I saw no sleeping knights there. I assume that the poor departed Banneret Janine succumbed either to the heat and fumes in these caves, or to the Volkesh that congregate near the lava pools. But their misfortune is our good luck. We have what we need to move forward. Of course, it becomes quite clear when you put all the pieces together. The Deforts have interred their dead in the vaults beneath their castle for centuries. The Order must be meeting in the Navia dungeons. I'll collect Jakan and meet you there.
Oh, kick ass. Okay, now we go to the dungeons. So, here's the thing. I want to be over here. Amados Station. Oh, fuck, it's in the jungle. Alright, well, the easiest way to go is here. So we're going to do this. And then I'll show you guys this little mini game. Pull anything cool out of it. So yeah, first step of the Antiquities is, of course, finding the lead. And you can find the leads by looting chests, picking pockets, attacking enemies. Sometimes you get them as quest rewards.
Maybe I should have waited for an escort at Amanos Station with Mother.
Don't really want to take the time for that, so we're going to go down road here. To use the game designer terminology, the fantasy of horseback in this game is pretty damn solid. Except the horses are horrifically afraid of water, so they'll disappear as soon as you touch any kind of water deeper than their shins. It's kind of silly.
Pick up the pace, Squire. We must hasten to our next adventure.
What the
Where
fuck?
do your scribbles lead?
What the fuck about what the fuck?
Scribbles? I had to
Same
draw that
people?
map because you left the road to chase a fictional dragon. It's not my fault you're lost.
Friend! It's good to see you again.
This is interesting.
I hear you were the one who told my squire where the adventure was last time. My squire is in another mood, but I'm sure searching for enemies to slay will cheer her up. I'm waiting for my squire to orient me and point me in the direction of more adventure. Oh, I can regale you with the tales of my travels while we wait. Indeed we did. It was a fight that will live on in song, believe me.
Oh, really?
One night against a sea of pirates. One threw a net atop me, but I kept fighting. I wish you were there. No doubt you would have joined the fray too. Well, we found a sea of pirates, but I swear to you I was outnumbered and had to fight them all to the end. We had to leave before I'd slayed the whole crew. There were just too many of them, and I'd be a terrible master if I endangered my squire. If I'd killed them all, then what would I do the next time I needed an adventure?
Oh, Jesus.
No, you can't just kill every enemy you encounter. Oh dear.
Well, I do.
You should be glad you're not my squire. You'd have so much to learn.
It's just a waste of resources.
Still, more adventure
and
for me.
More importantly, if I can get through an encounter without murdering tons of enemies, I would be happy to do so.
Oh, hello again. Thanks for the advice last time. Unfortunately, the great hero over there wasn't satisfied. Now we're in the exact same position you found us in last time, with my ego-driven master chasing tales and invented monsters. My master will believe anyone who says they have a quest for him. I know, I've seen it happen more than once.
Jeez.
I just didn't want to be the person to lie to him. It worked, though, and we raced off to find our... glory. Pirates? They looked more like fishermen to me. One even threw his net at us. That's when my master decided it was too dangerous and that we had to retreat. My master didn't attack anyone. He screamed something about how all ne'er-do-wells need to die and got hit by a net. My master's already spun himself the tale of his victory against a fleet in Carp Key. Now I need to find another adventure for us.
Well, that's cool because yeah, not very many other games will do that for you. But you'll actually get, whoa, hello, what is this? Or wood. Can't neglect the alchemy. Yeah, man, want to do some alchemy? I can't remember if that was a Kev Doolin video or not, but it was back when he was doing Elder Scrolls games. It was hilarious. He should do some more Elder Scrolls games. I like his current stuff. It's kind of fun, but it's all very one-offy. Alright. Let's go hunting for treasure. I'm still leveling this skill too, so it's going to be a while. It tells me I went too far. Okay, Ancestor Soap, that's a crafting material for my level of armor. You do build armor versus your character's current champion points. It's a mechanic I'm not all that happy with. I've always believed that power levels and stats should be on the character, modified by the armor, whether I want to wear rough rags or, fully polished, platinum armor or plate armor or whatever. And that's the way it is in Conan Exiles. All your stats are based on your character, and then they're modified by the armor you make for that character. And there's only there are several tiers. There's a light, medium, and a heavy, but that's pretty much all there is to it. Okay, let's go for this. Alright, so slightly different mechanics here. First thing you do is you suss out where it is. The yellow squares mean you're close, but no cigar. The red squares mean you're too far away. The green squares mean you're right on it. So I'm going to say it's probably there. Oh, we're going to run out of searches here. Got to be careful about the steam vents too. You know what? I'm guessing. There it is. Alright, then you start uncovering things. So, you'll see a spade and a shovel. Or a trowel, a trowel and a spade. So, each of these densities, and by the way, we don't have an actual physical time limit. It's by the activity you do. So, like for instance, this coarser grit gives way to the finer grit. And then this right here will give way to this right here. And what I want to do is clear all this off the top, and it's going to be more than what I need it to be. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this one, go with the shovel. There we go. That's good. Okay, I'm going to go here and here. And I'm going to go this way. Alright, now we're working on a base level. For the most part. I think I can take it all the way down. This could be dangerous. I've broken things before. You can actually break the casing on these things. There we go. Excellent. Alright, then I'm going to go this way. And it's only going to, now, you're probably thinking to yourself, whoops. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, won't it attack that one corner right above where I am, right there? Corner above it? No, it won't. It'll only, if I target this, it'll only target the squares that are at the same level. So, there you go. And just work slowly, because I'm only after the main treasure. I don't care about all the extra goodies that might be there. And we still have plenty of time. We're doing fine. Slow and steady. Alright, this should be the next one. And there it is. We got the pearls. Now we have enough time on our hands. We can go ahead and try to charge up for a little shot down in there. And that's it. We're done. All I wanted was the main treasure. Treasures. The etheric black pearls. Cool. No bonus loot found, but that's okay. Sea serpent's coils. Nice. That's the legendary or the gold or yellow lettered items. Most times they combine, other times they're just furniture. But that's cool. We got that done. Anyway, let's see. Alright, grab some ruby ash. Now we're going to check our mailbox one more time because it looks like we're pinging here. I don't think there's anything in the... yeah, there's nothing there. Okay, so interesting. Oh, it cleared finally. Good. Yeah. So thanks for hanging out and stopping by. And yeah, if you've been thinking about
Nothing
Elder
wrong with a
Scrolls
little
Online,
opportunistic harvesting.
you know, I'm playing it on PlayStation. They said, Bethesda and ZeniMax have both said that they don't plan to pull the game off the platform, but that any further projects will be Xbox exclusives. So you may want to think about that if you plan to explore the whole of the Bethesda Studios works. They are amazing. They're all really good. Lots of fun. And many times when I've had my RPG itch, before I discovered actual solo role-playing games like Iron Sworn and Mythic GM Emulator, I'd be coming here to do this stuff, and it's a lot of fun. Anyway, I think that's going to be it. Let's go set ourselves up. Whoopsie. Messed up. We're going to go to the journal. Going to go to quests. Malky's map fragment. I still have that one lingering. I shouldn't be doing that. Let's go ahead and set it here. And then we're going to fast travel and get this map to this captain. And we're going to call it done for the day. Thanks again for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed.